Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first ever podcast series of Postdoc Panthers, where curiosity, courage, and science meet stories. Today, we are joined by someone who doesn't study the brain, she thinks like one, highly organized, wonderfully outgoing, endlessly curious, and impossible not to talk to once a conversation begins. Meet Anna Kurol. Anna's journey is nothing short of an academic adventure, from a foundation in electronics in Kyiv to artificial intelligence to a PhD in neuroscience. Her path cuts across disciplines, countries, and ideas. Today, she is a postdoctoral associate at University of Pittsburgh studying the neurobiology of sensory motor processing with a focus on the visual and somatosensory cortices. Her work blends cutting-edge techniques, in vivo electrophysiology, two-photon and wide-field imaging, and intracortical microstimulation to understand how sensory circuits operate during natural sensation and how they can be engineered for the future. And that future, it includes next-generation neuronal interfaces for sensory restoration, science that doesn't just explain the world but aims to restore it. Anna's training spans West Virginia University, the UK, Canada, Spain, and the US, where she has done her trainings at different time points. With deep exposure to AI, robotics, neuronal engineering, and clinical neuroscience, she is also a passionate community builder, serving in leadership roles, mentoring across levels, engaging in outreach, and advocating for international scholars. In today's conversation, we will explore more than just experiments and publications. We will talk about navigating interdisciplinary careers, adapting across cultures, learning from failures, building confidence, and staying human in high performance science. So, whether you are postdoc, a grad student, or someone who simply loves a good scientific journey, settle in. This is conversation about brains, borders, and bold ideas. Welcome to Postdoc Panther Podcast. Welcome, Anna.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So, Anna, before we begin, I just want to know about your childhood and what was that inspired young Anna to come to this particular field, the journey.
Oh, wow, that's a loaded question. Um, I guess beginning from being a little kid, I always was curious about science and I wanted something challenging. That's why I went into doing my electrical engineering degree because I think engineering is challenging. Um, and then I discovered that biology is even more challenging. That was my past in short, I guess. But yeah, I think I was just curious about science and knowledge. I like reading books, so that was all together led me to more learning and more science.
That's great. That's great. So, what was your like early interest when you were before you joined college, like in your schooling times?
Oh, wow. So our school, they were trying to engage from students from younger years to participate into theatrical performances. So I guess I was one of the people who would usually present during those. And also I was part of a student body. Um, I was actually really lucky to have supporting teachers who were interested in our growth. I had a teacher, I believe she's still teaching Ukrainian language and Ukrainian literature, who was very supportive of me participating in school Olympiads, which is like competitions, and it was very nice that someone believed in you, like from the outside. Of course, your family is supportive and trying to help you with different things, but when it's come from the outside, you have that like additional support. So yeah, I was very lucky of having some people who were rooting for me.
Would you like to name few of the teachers?
Yeah, so the one I have so many because it's not like this person was specifically, but this was Любов Sosnowska and Любов Васильівна. Also Valentina Dreha. That was our. In Ukraine, we have a teacher assigned for a class. So I guess I learned responsibility from that, starting from that. From those years, because I was leader of my class, so I was responsible of some organization things. That's when it started.
Were you punishing a few of your classmates?
No, I was actually very protective of them. I wanted to everyone treated equally, and also I give people benefit of doubt.
That's
good. Yeah, I was trying to because this is life. Like anything can happen, and I know some, like for me, potentially something like that also happened, which is probable, very probable. So yeah, I was very supportive. And then also my mathematics teachers and physics teachers. Physics was very challenging for me, and I guess it might have contributed for me continuing in science, studying physics, because I wasn't as good as I wanted to be.
That's very surprising, because you are saying physics is was challenging. Now you started your journey from circuits, like copper wire things. Now you are into biological neurons. So from electron movement in copper wire, you are coming to action potential across membranes.
And I'm going to tell you, I don't know enough.
Oh, that's everybody will agree. Nobody knows enough after.
Unfortunately, but I'm trying. I'm trying.
Yes, that pushes the science. And as you mentioned about the schooling life, yes, people inspire us. I do also have people who believed in me and somehow contributed in my journey. Okay, that's a talk for later time. We will move on to the next question. Now, what did young Anna imagine becoming when she grew up? Like early memory, childhood. You can mention your age span too. That time I believe that I will become astrophysicist or this or that.
When I was growing up, we had a very funny TV series. I don't know if it's TV series or something, and they were having like lawsuits, and judges were sitting there and like making decisions. It's really funny because I spend a lot of time because I make a decision myself, but I really wanted to be the judge.
That's good. That's good to know.
And yeah, also I guess people were advising me that I'm very good. I would have been a very good lawyer if I decided to. Yeah, I guess.
I guess we have to defend our papers.
That's true.
But what do you think right now? Like that childhood dream or today's Anna? Which is good? Or
so I cannot really compare that because I know that if I would have committed to being a judge, I probably would have achieved similar heights. And
that's anyone, for sure.
Anyone who starts a career, I don't think it's fame or luck or anything. It's just if you commit to something and spend enough time doing it and practicing it, you become an expert in it.
That's obviously so true. Okay, so your childhood, then you went into college. Okay, now in college, you took electronics as your graduate major. So what was that? What made you do that?
So also, yeah, I guess when I applied, I was focusing on the biomedical aspects of engineering. So I joined the Department of Electronics, and my subfield was micro and nano electronics, which was a subfield of biomedical and physical electronics. So, but the courses were overlapping somewhat. That's why like the diploma that I got was actually in micro and nano electronics, but with the emphasis on biomedical systems and devices.
So during graduation, did you have even biological papers and modules, subjects?
Yes, we did signal processing on the biological recordings, like EKG or sonograms. We also did MRI machines, how they work as well, and biophysics. We had a biophysics course as well, learning about cell membrane and action potentials. And
so these subject areas are very like they are interdisciplinary, isn't it, and challenging. So were you only trained theoretically, or you were visiting hospital facilities, seeing these equipments, getting the data, and understanding the data processing and other things?
Yes. So in one of our labs, we had actual devices. So we also could do recordings from ourselves. It was one of the labs when we did like the EKG recording with all set up. We also visited and toured some of the hospital facilities. So Kyiv has one of the best medical institutions in Ukraine. Імені Богомольця, and we were present during one of the examinations with the patient's consent, and we saw the MRI recordings and like how they are being prepared to be done and that process.
That's interesting. So the institute.
It's actually across our university. It's really funny. Yeah, our campus was like everything together, and then the medical school was across.
That's really good, because many of us come from like very underdeveloped areas. So what happens, we usually are exposed to the theoretical knowledge, but we are deprived from the practical things. That's why I asked you that question, because in past I have seen students from India and Africa and other places where the students have the potential, but because we don't get this. So what would you suggest, like those kind of settings, how to do that? Like go for an internship, or just what you would suggest?
Yeah, this is true. Because the institution that I attended, it's Igor Sikorsky Kyiv Polytechnic Institute. It's one of the best as well schools in Ukraine, technical schools. And it's very hard to get into that school. So you definitely need to work hard to be enrolled. And then like we have a lot of theoretical knowledge as well. With the internships, I think current age, it's like promotes people to reach out to other people, having like even very well written LinkedIn account, and try to find people who work within the field that you're interested. And there are so many online resources and lectures that you can join, and you see that. I know it's not the same as you would
if personally present.
Yeah,
yes, that is true. But that after this technology boom, most probably after the COVID, when online things became very popular, and many developing nations, they are benefited from that, where at least the bookish knowledge is at least the visual, audio visual also is better than the bookish knowledge when we read, because many things I remember first time like back in India when I was teaching, and people people went for this brain museum in Nimhans. It's in Bangalore. There is a brain museum, one of a kind. So the patients donate their brain after
Oh,
their
wow.
death. So there is an experience where you can touch human brains.
Oh,
And
wow.
that time I got to know, okay, the dura mater is so hard. Like they will tell you to pull. And when you pull, actually you feel that oh, this is so difficult to pull, and this is actually so durable thing. And then all the parts of the brain. So while teaching, I got that experience along with my students. And then that time I was telling my student that even though I have seen rat brains, and we have written publications where we are telling that okay, we did the work on the model, and it can be applied in human brains. But after touching the brain, I came to know so many other things. Okay, the arrangement is like this. We have seen models, but seeing a real thing, obviously that is really different. But those who don't get opportunity at all, for them audiovisual also is multimedia is also helping things to. Okay, that was great. That was
I think I saw first human dura in Grey's Anatomy, which is a show.
Okay. No, you should touch it. You know, there is a fungal infection where the brain becomes hollowed, and it looks like pimples all across the brain.
Oh,
And
my.
it was in the display, and that is a museum of its own kind. And even brain color changes, so in few diseases. So those are fascinating things. Until and unless we see that, and we don't understand what risk the human body is taking just for survival. So yes.
I need to put it on my travel destination list.
Oh, you should visit Bangalore. Bangalore is a technology city in India, and it's a lovely and beautiful city in South India. And if you are in Bangalore, you can cover other states and other parts of that southern part of India. And yes, you are always welcome. You have a host. Okay, we will move on to the next segment. So you have, as you have said, that after your schooling, you went to this engineering school. You were focused on electronics, but micro electronics. How difficult it was to switch to PhD in neurobiology from micro electronics?
That was a very drastic change. Yeah, I agree. It was very hard. It was definitely a lot of learning. And I don't know if I should say that COVID time actually helped me or not, but
You can tell the story. We are all ears.
yeah, I joined in 2020, and I was fascinated with neuroscience, of course, and I was very interested in the motor control and movement rehabilitation. For example, after stroke or spinal cord injury or peripheral nerve damage, which, as I'm an active person, and for me it's hard to imagine being bedridden or paralyzed. So I was fascinated with that. I applied, I found the mentors, and at the beginning of the school year, we have a course which called, we had we had one fundamentals and another one foundations. So this one was foundations in biomedical sciences. And I think they changed it right now because it's very intense. You go through different, I think it's 7 different modules, and you have to, it's like a crash course on everything. It's like from the proteins, different sequences, and then they expect you to memorize those sequences as well. So you need to know everything. What? And then also like there was neuroscience module. There's also like the Krebs cycle. You need to also know that, like all these little details which usually students spend 4 years studying.
I truly agree. Like neuroscience, I guess it is combination of everything. Like it will be biochemistry, cell biology, metabolomics, proteomics, genomics, And then we have physics elements, chemistry elements in that, because if you don't understand the enzymes, the receptor systems, and if we don't understand the electron movement, neuroscience is everything. So yes, obviously, and that's why I think it is one of the toughest subject areas even in biology, and people aspire to get into that. Yes.
So that was an entry course to the umbrella of 7 different programs. It was biomedical sciences program. It's one thing, and then under it was, as you said, cell biology program, neuroscience program. There was exercise physiology program. So it's like, so you take that fundamental course, you learn everything, or refresh, or learn for someone like me, and then you decide on a program directly. So I had to take it, and honestly, I really enjoy that. I know it's a very unpopular opinion, and I have like stacks of written notes
Oh my
from the whole course, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Are you thinking of publishing those?
No.
You should publish those notes.
Those are handwritten notes.
Publish it for the graduate students who are coming into this field.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the beginning.
Okay.
So it was very hard. And then when I joined the neuroscience program, that's a second hard course, was fundamentals of neuroscience, which our coordinator, Professor Eric Agmund, he called it fun from the fundamentals.
Okay.
It wasn't fun. It's well structured course, and I appreciate the critical thinking aspect because you have again several modules, and each module was designated to certain part of the nervous system or or like behavioral function, and then you need to write an essay about it. You need to answer like bigger picture questions, and like also sort of go through the literature, see what's there, like what potentially could be studied. So it's very intense, but
that is interesting. That's really interesting.
It was very hard as well because like
that's so true.
Yeah, it's a week or a couple of weeks, and you have to write an essay, which is like,
oh my God,
2 A4 pages, and it should be good writing. It's like writing a mini paper every time or mini review or something.
I think these trainings have hammered down the your organizing skill, I guess. I went and saw your table. It was very, very organized. Very, very organized.
Yeah, I try to keep it minimalistic, but I just joined the lab, so I guess it looks a little bit empty, but usually
it was not empty. Everything was in place. I was thinking that, was it measured? Anyhow, that's a separate question. You were mentioning this essay writing. So after this course, where you went?
So that was still in West Virginia University. That was my, I think, first year was the foundations, and then second year was the fundamentals. And also, I think the spring semester, I think spring semester, the first year, it was a human anatomy. So that's when we learned brain structure, and I saw the brain. I didn't see the dura, but I saw the brain.
No, you will see it. Don't worry.
Okay.
So this when you came from Ukraine to US, so how did West Virginia welcomed you? Like, I am not talking about the people, like because you are coming from totally a different altitude region, isn't it? On the globe, I am saying.
A little bit. I don't think that it's that different.
It's not that different, the climate-wise, weather-wise. Was it a shocker, or it was very comfortable transitioning?
So from what I've heard, West Virginia actually had better winters than it's right now. I have hopes for this winter because I enjoy snowboarding, and but first couple of years that I joined, it was during the COVID time when everyone was online, no one
Yes.
would leave their apartments. So socially, it was very challenging and making connections. Also, English is not my first language, or I didn't have as much practice, and it was harder to connect with people. Am I speaking weird? Is it a weird accent?
We
Do
go
they
through.
understand me? Should I repeat it again? And then yeah, so the weather, it's definitely warmer, and I don't know if we should blame the climate change or anything, but yes, so it was warmer than back home.
Warmer than back home. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Uh,
And summer's really hot. But my mom says that it's really hot in Ukraine now too, so I don't know. Climate change.
People are becoming greedy, I guess. We are exploiting resources that nothing can be done right now until and unless somebody seriously takes action, I believe. Okay,
Agree.
so you came to US. You are saying it was warmer weather-wise. What about the people? Were they warmer or cold?
So my personality.
After the COVID times, obviously during COVID time, everybody goes through that difficulty. Connections are lost, personal meetups are not there. After that, how easy it was for finding friend? I will make that more easy for you.
So for me, also because of the remnants of COVID, and I guess people were a little bit cautious about spending time and socializing. I think until 2023, honestly, right? Like beginning of 2023. I guess my first meaningful connections. So interestingly, I had so back in Ukraine, I had a friend. We did undergrad together, and he joined West Virginia University 1 year before me.
Oh,
Yeah. So and so when I came here, I already knew him. So for me, I had someone here that I could keep in touch.
okay.
And but like completely unknown people, it would be people from the lab rotations. I did a couple of rotations during my first year. First rotation was online. Second one was like semi-online, or sometimes you can come in person, still keeping a distance. And later on, one of the rotations were more active, and I just worked on a project with one of people from here, and we became really good friends. And then I learned that she was a friend of a person who worked in my lab. So we kind of started hanging out all together. So
Okay. So this connecting to the people of America, what was the best place, like you will suggest our viewers, like this is the place, being an international student? Like for me, it is always, even my professor says here that Monojit, you should go to bar. You should go to bar and pitch your idea. If somebody understands your idea, that means that you are doing some meaningful science. Okay, that's he says. So I believe that Americans are very social with their drinking sphere and their sports. So what would you suggest that this is the best place to go connect with people?
So what best worked for me is to connect around something, like you mentioned, whether it's sport or visiting someplace. And I guess you could initiate this, or you could decide as a team together and just create this experience and memories. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, so same thing worked for me. So during one of the seasons, we were very, very involved into trying to exercise and be physically active. So we had like a group of people who would go to the recreation center together.
Oh.
So I guess we bonded over that, and then we would just go get smoothies after that. So that was one of the summers, which I think was the best summer.
Okay.
Then also, for example, I had other people who would play tennis, for example, again around sports. So we would meet and play together.
For me, I think it is always food.
That's true.
I had to force feed few of American friends like eat spicy Indian food, but later I guess I made some good friends and I believe I have increased their spice tolerance.
That's amazing.
I think I will do it to you also.
I love spicy food. I think there is no tolerance for me.
Let us see. Okay, we will move on to the next level. So you were in West Virginia. You have I was going through your CV. You have few quick trips to Europe in different laboratories. You visited. How easy was it to do this? That I want to know, because many people who are from this underprivileged settings, they actually fail to take the chance just to write like, okay, I want to do a summer training and all those things. And I personally have failed to do that during my graduation, and now I believe that every graduate should do. So how easy was it, and what was the way, and who inspired you, if someone inspired you to do that?
So I always was very interested about many things, and it's very interesting that you brought it up, because so there are a couple of points. When I was during my undergrad, I actually visited one of the universities in Germany. It was Dresden Technical University, where they actually make those integrated circuits and like actual production. So it was very interesting to see. And I learned that these programs, they exist. They just exist. It's just harder to find them. And then during my grad school, our program, they had such incentive as the experiential learning, where they would sponsor some time for you to go and to get some external experience in addition to your coursework. So, and then you will have to write a little report or present it to the group of people, so they also get familiar what you learned. So it's like they give it to you and you give it back to community. And that was very helpful for me, of like, okay, where would I like to go, you know? And what was helpful in finding this place, because you can literally go to another lab within the same university just to learn new technique, or you could go to industry and again learn another setting of how people work, or what they usually do during the day, or how they present, or anything literally. Or some people would get involved with community, some community related service or government work, which is also an option. What helped me was social media. Usually if you just go to Twitter, or now it's X, or LinkedIn, and just like search for summer school or internship or trainee position, and I was trying to find some of the academic positions, they are all very inviting, and these initiatives, they exist. It's just it's harder to find them, because you don't, I mean, even though they are trying to advertise it as much as possible, because they would love attendance, sometimes because you are not within the same community, you don't get those updates. But yeah, if you look up the summer schools or some sort of workshops or initiatives like that, there are so many of them.
I guess I want to add on that, like now, because ChatGPT and AI is available at your thumb's click, I guess they can list it down right now. So I was trying this for one of my students previously where I used to work, they approached me over social media and asked that I want to do this. I just said, just type it in ChatGPT and just check it if it's there. And oh, I did not think it about it. I was telling like, you people used to cheat for my assignments by by AI. You cannot do this. Anyhow, that's really interesting. Yes, and in your profile, you have visited quite of these countries through these programs. What this is like? I want to ask, like, was this anyhow any wanderlust in you that you took this path? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I do like to travel, but I like to connect fun and work together.
Yes,
you know?
that's so good. Like if you enjoy in your work, that is really good. Okay, so we will move on from your graduation to your PhD, post PhD, that the work you are doing right now. So you are doing very challenging work because these are things which can be changed into technologies which are neuroergonomical, I would say, and neuroergonomical, I would say, like you can utilize these techniques in automations in future and other like life-saving technologies. I was going through your profile. You have quite a good number of publications with similar lines. How challenging is the work right now, what you are doing? What are the scopes? Just for our viewers, like if you can gist what you are doing, okay, and give us an idea of like what kind of techniques or what kind of knowledge gap you will be filling with your research currently.
So, as I mentioned before, I was very interested in the motor neuroscience, and that interest sort of led me to exploring also the sensory system, because sensory and motor systems are very connected, especially when we think of getting towards something, towards a target. I need to have a plan for it. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to reach this cup.
Yes.
So I make a plan, and then I initiate the movement, which would be using my arm, and then I need to also calculate all these positions, which is like so many degrees of freedom, right? Especially dexterous movement. And then I need to reach it, but what if I miss it? So now I have sensory feedback that goes back to my planning plan and adjusts it. So this is all like connected together. And during my graduate work, I was looking into the trying to quantify some of the disabilities that emerge, for example, after stroke, and trying to find the control signals that contribute to this successful movement, and what components do fail, and how can we sort of customize it and make it individualized for each patient, and try to help them reduce that disability. So that was my graduate work. And then I was mostly recording from the periphery and trying to help within assistive devices, for example, functional electrical stimulation, where you place the external electrodes and you can kind of support the arm.
Sorry to interrupt. When you are talking about periphery, it is just the spinal cord and the limbic neurons you are talking about?
So when I mean periphery, I mean just like hand.
Okay.
So it's all non-invasive. So it's only on the surface of the skin, because our muscles, they are connected to the neurons in the spinal cord. So the motor neurons, they descend down, they branch into the muscle, and then like basically like activate each of these muscle fibers. And then the total contraction will lead to the contraction here, which you can pick up with the electrode, so you can record that. For example, after stroke, we cannot produce that contraction as much anymore.
Okay.
Or those contractions between different muscles, they become disordered. So yeah, we need to study and try to understand how we can actually help with those contractions. For example, increase them, or there are other abnormal plastic changes that happen at the level of the spinal cord, but also at the subcortical areas. Yes, subcortical. What I was, yeah. So this is all very complex.
Yes, yes. You are explaining it so wonderfully.
Okay. Okay.
Continue.
So when I finished that project that I've been working on, I was more fascinated with the brain-computer interfaces and how you can actually interface with the neurons at both in the population and a single level. And I haven't done that work before, but I've seen so many studies, and I was like, I want to try to look at actual neurons. I want to try to look and see what do they do during this pathologies or diseases and or injuries. So it was very interesting because I was on one of the conferences. Surprisingly, it was in Orlando, in Florida, at the Disneyland.
Oh.
And my current mentor, TK Kazai, he was giving a lecture there. And I remember coming up to him and saying, like, your work is so cool. I have not done anything like this. Do you think you can, like, can I work in your lab? And he's like, oh, don't be afraid to try something new. It's okay to try. Just shoot me an email.
Okay.
So that was like very nice communication. And then, I mean, of course, I had theoretical knowledge of it because of my neuroscience courses. It's not like I'm coming out of blue, okay, I want to do this, teach me.
That's really cool. So I guess many of the graduate students will take inspiration from you, that something is there if you just walk out of that box. Don't create boxes. So I believe that, and yes, obviously, and you are here right now.
Right.
See, have you ever thought that you will be here in Postdoc Panthers giving an interview to me?
The first speaker, no.
Okay. Okay, so that was all about your science, your journey. Now we will quickly move on to the next thing. This is something about your personal things. I just wanted to know, like, what kept you going during the toughest phase? Because everybody has their own tough phase. It may be financial, may it be leaving your family, leaving your country, or anything. So what has given support to you, and what endured you to in this journey? Because all PhD research is really, it takes youth out of you, suck out the youth out of you, because you are passion driven.
Yeah, that's a very great question. I mean, for many people, living home country definitely is a challenge because you try to sort of connect with the community. For me, it was less the moving aspect of all of this. I thought for me that would be the COVID time because, of course, isolation and uncertainty about your health, everyone else's health, your family health. Every country was managing it differently.
But what made you resilient to this?
So I thought that was the COVID, that it would be the hardest part for me. But like, current situation in Ukraine makes me, like, puts me, like, this is very sensitive topic to me because of the ongoing war that's been already for 3 years, and everyone hopes and prays that it will end soon. So that was the most challenging time, and it happened during my PhD as well. And I'm very thankful for the people around me who supported me during that time. It always makes me cry, sorry.
Take your time. Take your time.
But I do find resort in work.
Okay.
Thank you. I find resort in work. So I
sorry to ask tough questions. No, you can avoid those. Don't worry. And what makes you energized and organized?
Um, Energized and organized. Sleep. When I get enough sleep, I'm very energized.
That is for sure.
And I'm less, I guess, distracted.
Mhm.
So I'm more organized.
So how many hours of sleep you get? Because
The more the better.
Because many of us in research, we don't get that.
Yes,
Isn't
that
it?
is very
And
true.
after the parenthood starts, believe me, it's crazy. Okay.
That's why we're not energized anymore.
Okay, so this is my last segment. Okay, we will play a game. It's already known as rapid fire game, but just for our postdoc Panther series, I have named it Panther Pounds. So you know the rules. You have to be quick. It can be a word or a small statement, but you should not take time of thinking this. Okay,
Okay.
these are the rules.
I'm not sure. Okay, sure.
Okay, so
Let's try it.
so I will give you a hint. Like these are all related to Ukraine. Okay, uh, its culture and other things. Okay, so your first prompt is, what comes to your mind when I say Ukraine?
Borscht.
Okay. Later you have to explain. Okay, what does that mean?
I
Or else
hope
you can just tell that. What?
Oh, it's a Ukrainian national dish that
Okay.
is made with very nice broth
Okay.
and beets and cabbage and all the veggie, uh, cabbage and onions, and sometimes people put mm, beans in it, and it's delicious.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then you top it with the
When
sour
I-
cream, and sometimes you also have our bread and some of the salo. It's kind of like fat, but it's also sort of bacon, which you eat it raw and with garlic. And oh my goodness, this is
So when are you giving me?
so. What?
When are you offering me this?
I need to cook it first,
Uh,
unless there are restaurants here in Pittsburgh.
you should
Probably.
try and tell us. Okay.
Yes.
Tell our audiences too. Okay. The next is, what comes to your mind when I say Kyiv?
Kyiv, right?
Kyiv. Oh, sorry.
So I'm thinking about my university for the first for sure, because it takes part like really big chunk of Kyiv, and the park where I ran all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so the campus, I guess. I'm thinking about campus right away.
Then home.
My family, of course.
Okay. So you already answered it, but again I can ask, what comes to your mind when I say Ukrainian food?
Borscht.
Borscht.
This is 100%.
Mountains.
Carpathian Mountains, I think about Hoverla.
What's special about that, if you can elaborate?
What?
The mountain you just said that.
It's a Carpathian range
Okay.
that goes through the on the western part of Ukraine, and the highest peak is Hoverla. It's around 200 meters. 200 meters.
Oh.
Yeah, 2,000 meters. Metric conversion. Okay.
Okay. The next one is, what comes to your mind when I say science in Ukraine?
I'm thinking about my university.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you were like science, like a lab, or
No, it
like
can be anything.
like field.
No. It can be anything. So you can name your university again.
Yeah, because this question can be answered many ways. Not question, the prompt. And I'm thinking about university because that's where I get the scientific education, my first scientific education. But related to what I'm doing now, I'm thinking about prosthesis science and the work that can be done because of injuries and amputations that are happening right now. So, yeah, there are many answers to this.
What comes to your mind when I say resilience?
Blank.
You can at least try.
Um, mm,
See, you are working with something where people lose something they were doing from childhood. Okay.
yeah,
So in terms of that also you can say something.
yeah. That is very true. Um, I don't know. I'm just thinking of more terms that lead to never giving up, keep going,
Okay.
do the work.
That's all right. That's all right. You don't have to
Discipline
excel.
discipline over motivation. You know.
Okay. One thing the world should know about Ukrainian culture.
That we are resilient, even though
That was good one. That was good one. Yes, that's true. Okay, that was all from my side. Now the last thing is it's the closing. Okay, so you can tell me one message for international postdocs listening today, or what excites you about the future scientifically or personally.
Yeah, I think I stick to the theme. Sorry, stick to the theme of today's conversation about never giving up and don't be afraid of trying different things because you never know what waits you when you get there.
That's so good. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much for having me.
And it's our first podcast series. You are our first guest, and I will wish my guests who are viewing this later when we publish it, like Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year. And look at the journey. She has come all the way from bank of Dnipros to Allegheny and Monongahela here. She has bought stories for us. If you want to connect her, you can always come to the LinkedIn. She is also ambassador for our community. She is the ambassador of neuroscience department, isn't it? Or
I am the part of postdoctoral committee at the CNBC.
yes, CNBC. So that was all from our side. Thank you so much and have a lovely holidays.
Thank you.
Lovely holidays to all.